The Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel's Preps Plus is brought to you by Boston Store, your style. By Frederick and the Medical College of Wisconsin Health Network, where sports medicine experts help athletes maximize their potential. And by Menards. Save big money at Menards on all your home improvement needs.
Hi, and welcome from St. Thomas More High School in Milwaukee. It's time for Preps Plus. I'm Lance Allen from today's TMJ4.
And I'm Mark Stewart, prep editor of the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel. Tonight we've got plenty of first-round high school football playoff action for you, plus volleyball and much more. We'll tee off tonight with a young lady who came a long, long way to St. Thomas More. Now, Lance, she's made her way to the top of high school golf.
Brad Preeter explains in our Boston Store featured student athlete.
If you noticed that this year's Division II girls golf state champion was named Stanley, you may have been a bit confused. Stanley isn't her given name. Her birth name is
Wang.
But when she came to the U.S. from China a couple years ago, she did an internet search for something more American. Stanley quickly made a name for herself, both here at St. Thomas More and on area golf courses.
Great golfer, great personality.
Pat Hassick is the counselor for international students at St. Thomas More. Stanley and her sister now live with Pat.
A lot of kids like her, a lot of kids want to talk to her, not just because of golf, but to learn about their culture. Because we're not really attuned to what goes on in China.
In the home, we talk a lot English because she cannot understand Chinese. So then the English just improved and now I can speak.
When she came to golf team tryouts for the first time, it didn't take Stanley long to make an impression.
I had her pull out a 5-iron, and she hit that 5-iron probably about 170, 175 consistently on a roll. I looked over to my assistant coach and I just, whoa.
Opponents were impressed too, seeing Stanley's drives, which sometimes travel more than 300 yards.
When you see a lot of the coaches, they'll see her drive the ball and their face is just whoa.
She hits it a mile. I mean, she's just phenomenally long off the tee and very accurate.
After finishing 4th at state as a junior, Stanley really stepped up her game during the latter part of her senior season. With her mom on hand in Madison, she capped the year with the state title.
As St. Thomas More's first ever girls golf state champion, Stanley's name could certainly be in their Athletic Hall of Fame someday. But she never came to this school or to Wisconsin thinking about winning a state championship.
I play golf really just for fun.
Playing here at the high school level was more competitive and resulted in Stanley getting more credit for how talented she is.
When I finished, people told me, oh, that's just amazing. I never know that before.
She does well in school too. Math and science classes, naturally, are easier for her than English.
The hardest problem is the grammar stuff and the pronunciation in the class, so I ask questions teacher may not understand.
But Stanley's English has come a long way during her time here. So too has her comfort level with her teammates and friends at school.
It's so much fun playing with her. I really enjoy it. I learn a lot about her culture and everything. We talk a lot inside and outside of school.
When I play with my teammates, and every day have different conversation, and every day have different topic to talk. It's about the bird, about the school, about the friends. Okay, it's just a lot of fun.
You could definitely see the sense of humor and the interaction, and it was a special thing to see.
Stanley says the American name she chose for herself was a little bit confusing at first, especially when she first got here. She had very short hair.
Now she's made a name for herself at school and on the golf course. Now here's Colleen Hyder from Boston Store presenting Stanley with her award.
Stanley, for all your achievements in school and on the golf course, Boston Store is proud to present you with the Preps Plus Student Athlete of the Week Award. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Everything you love about Boston Store is now on your mobile device. Download the Boston Store app for exclusive coupons. Shop our mobile site and find your nearest store locations. Plus, get quick access to your Boston Store Your Rewards credit card account and make payments, check your account balance, and pay for purchases with a virtual credit card. Just download and get started. Boston Store.
No matter what your schedule, personality, or lifestyle, our primary care providers do everything possible to make every day a little healthier. It all begins by listening and getting to know you. It's about convenience with flexible hours and locations near you. And it's about connections linking you to the power of academic medicine right in your community. For a primary care provider who gets you, get to us.
Menards has the sale that lets you save big on over 65,000 items. So get ready, get set, and save with an 11% rebate on everything. Hurry in and save big, because now is the perfect time to save on all of your projects with an 11% rebate on everything, including sale prices. That's savings on top of savings. Get everything you need with an 11% rebate going on now.
We're back at St. Thomas More in Milwaukee on Preps Plus, the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel's high school sports show.
That's right, Lance. And this week, we're going to start our prep football highlights with a matchup from a bracket that's considered brutally tough. Here are your Preps Plus highlights.
A nasty downpour and gusty winds were a constant in Whitefish Bay, but that made it a beautiful night for Brookfield East. Their power running game, led by Sam Santiago Lloyd, was right at home on the Blue Duke's soggy turf. Sam caps the opening drive as he muscles it in right at us, 7-0 Spartans. Next series, QB TC Swiddle fakes it to the big guy, and he keeps it himself, a quick 14-0 advantage for Brook East. A tough night to throw the ball, but Bay hits a big one. Jake Fisher to Macklin Cordabine. He is finally pulled down inside the 1, setting up a score, lead cut in half at 14-7. The Spartans answer in the second. Will Schmidt takes the inside handoff, and he gets outside for a nice gain of 22. That led to a Swiddle touchdown, and the lead is back to 14. Then after a turnover, Santiago Lloyd pops up the gut, breaks 3 tackles, and he is gone. This covers 52 yards, 28-7 Spartans at halftime. And Sam was just getting started. After another long run in the third, he finishes the drive with this score, Spartans running away up 35-7. Bay rallies with a pair of touchdowns. This Fisher toss to Zach Casey cuts the deficit to 35-20 in the fourth. But this was Sam Santiago Lloyd's night to shine. He will not be denied on this 10-yard score as he puts the game on ice. Sam's final numbers: 32 carries, 328 yards, and 4 touchdowns as Brookfield East rolls in level 1 with a 41-27 victory.
Everybody was all slippery. The O-line played amazing, and the holes were just wide open thanks to them.
I've coached 37 years. I've never had a guy like that. I mean, he's very special. He's hard to tackle, obviously, and we can lean on him a lot.
To Division 5 now, Brookfield Academy hosting Shoreland Lutheran. Most of the fans in Brookfield not watching from the stands, but from the comfort of their cars. Shoreland Lutheran, the lower-seeded team in this 4-5 matchup, but on the opening drive of the game, Keenan Robinson punches it in 7-0. Then on the first play of the second quarter, another dive and score for Robinson, and it's 13-0 Pacers. Brookfield Academy quarterback Ian Francis threw 27 touchdown passes in the regular season, but the rain grounded the Knights' passing attack. While it was tough to throw, one of the biggest plays of the night was a kick. Here's a great punt by Shoreland Lutheran's Trey Johnson, flipping the field through the wind and rain. Aaron Poling downs it on the 3. And that's important because 3 plays later, Poling and company stuff Willie Tyson in the end zone for a safety. The 2-pointer makes it 15-0 Pacers. After receiving the free kick, Lutheran drives again. and Robinson scores for the third time. He rushed for 140 yards, and it's 22-zip at the half. The Knights need to make something happen, but their season slipping away from them. High snap, loose ball, and Joe Pagel eventually recovers for Lutheran. Early in the third quarter, the Pacers put it away. Jacob Thute with the first of his 2 second-half touchdowns as Shoreland Lutheran blanks Brookfield Academy 37-0. It's the Pacers' first playoff win in a decade, and yes, they'll move on to play top seed Cedar Grove, Belgium in Level 2.
It's our first time we've won a playoff game since 2005. It's only the second one in school history. To be able to come on the road and beat a team like Brookfield, who earned a 4 seed and had a great season, 7-2. You know, kids came out and just played a physical game of football. When these seniors were freshmen, they were part of a team that went 0-8, and they just kept believing in themselves, believing in the program, and ended up being able to make the playoffs last year. This year, win on the road and get to go play somebody next week.
Our football highlights continue with a matchup of teams from the Woodland West and Wisconsin Little 10.
Here's Brad Preeter with the Menards Game of the Week.
After winning 6 consecutive games to close out the regular season, New Berlin Eisenhower earned a #2 seed in the WIAA playoffs. They get to open the postseason by hosting Wisconsin Lutheran. The Lions' only defeat on the season had come at the hands of Greendale in their Woodland Conference opener. Ike gets off to a great start. Joey Scafidi takes the opening kickoff at the 15-yard line, finds a running lane in the heavy rain, and he is gone. The Lions get an instant 7-0 lead over the defending Division III state champs. The ensuing kickoff looks like it could have the same result. Josh Kren with the return. He won't go all the way, but it's great field position for the Vikings. And they take advantage just a couple plays later when Kren runs right. He'll take it 27 yards to the end zone. The extra point try fails, so Ike still leads 7-6. That was the extent of the scoring on the rain-soaked grass in the first half. The rain starts to subside around halftime, and Wisco fans are hoping something good pops up for them in the second half. Eisenhower can't get much going offensively. In punt formation, Bryce Westling will run with it instead. He's got enough for the first down. The Wisco defense was extremely tough. Here's Jake Rostas fighting hard for extra yards, but Christopher Garrett knocks the ball free, and then Brian Corbins recovers. That turnover did not lead to points for Wisco, but another fumble recovery deep in Ike territory would lead to this touchdown plunge by Josh Kren. Wisco has its first lead, 12-7. Ike tries to get something going through the air. It's Sam Carey finding Jordan Kennedy, who gets knocked into the slot by Kren. Later in the drive on 4th down, Sam Carey under pressure. He's taken down by Bryce Roberts. The Vikings, who had an up-and-down regular season, would go on a game-sealing drive capped by Josh Kren's 3rd touchdown. Wisco wins at 18-7. Wisconsin Lutheran will go on the road to face Green Bay Notre Dame in Level 2.
They got some explosive athletes on offense, and I thought our defense really did a great job. It kind of kept us in it until our offense got going, and then that last drive that we had on offense I thought was just outstanding.
How we played today, that was Wisco football, and we made sure that we practice our butts off all week. That feels awesome. Another week of football. Nothing like high school playoff football. I love it, and I'm just give it to our team. We played great tonight.
Hey, I'm J.R. Radcliffe. With the football playoffs underway, now more than ever is a good time to visit Push for the Playoffs, located at mycommunitynow.com/push. And when you visit mycommunitynow and lakecountrynow.com this week, you'll find stories on the Homestead football team winning its 15th consecutive North Shore Conference title, the first conference title in that same time window for the Mugwanago boys soccer team, and the driving forces behind 3 state-ranked girls volleyball teams from Oconomowoc, Arrowhead, and Lake Country Lutheran. Stay tuned to this program for more on one of those volleyball teams, and while you wait, find Preps Plus on social media. We'll be right back.
Can't find the size, color, or brand you're looking for in store? Let us find it at Boston Store. Simply tell a sales associate what item you're looking for, and we'll search our entire inventory of stores and websites to locate your exact size, color, and brand. Complete your transaction in-store, and your purchase will be delivered right to your door at no extra charge. It couldn't be easier when you let us find it. Exclusively at Boston Store. You can run.
You can eat right.
You can join a club.
You can get a checkup.
Of all the decisions you make to stay healthy, one decision can make it all possible. Choosing the Freighter and the Medical College of Wisconsin Health Network as your partner. We have the providers you need in locations close to you, all connected to one of the nation's leading academic medical centers. Learn how to be stronger together with us at freighter.com/onedecision.
Menards has the sale that lets you save big on over 65,000 items. So get ready, get set, and save with an 11% rebate on everything. Hurry in and save big, because now is the perfect time to save on all of your projects with an 11% rebate on everything, including sale prices. That's savings on top of savings. Get everything you need with an 11% rebate going on now.
Shane Peterson was a two-sport standout as a kid, and he almost gave up baseball to play soccer.
But this past season, the Milwaukee Brewers were sure glad Peterson kept his bat and glove. It's time for this week's edition of From Preps to Pros.
For me, knowing that I was trying my best and that I was continuing to do the best that I could was all that really mattered. And putting yourself in a position to have the most success is definitely key.
The youngest of 5 kids, Shane Peterson was a two-sport standout while growing up in California. He's glad his mom and dad didn't allow him to focus solely on soccer.
I liked it more, I wanted to play it more, I actually wanted to stop playing baseball so that I could play soccer. But my parents were like, no, you're going to keep playing both, because it's good to get out and do as much as you can, because you never know.
A pitcher, first baseman, and outfielder in high school, Peterson was injured during his junior year, making it more challenging to get a college scholarship.
So I didn't really get an opportunity to get scouted by colleges until basically right before the season started, my senior year of high school. And then at that point I got my first call. I think Long Beach was actually the first call I got from any of the schools around me. And that was probably the first time I was like, oh, I might actually go to college to be able to play.
Not only did Peterson earn all conference honors at Long Beach State, he was also an academic All-American. Peterson says if he wasn't playing baseball, he might be a financial advisor.
I like to compete in everything I do, whether it's sports or school, so I took it as a competition. I wanted to do as well as I possibly could. It wasn't until late in my college career that I thought that I'd actually play professional baseball, so to me it was important to be able to do well in school and make sure that if I was done playing after college that I would be set up to be able to transition into the work life well.
Peterson is glad to be making his living as a ball player. Like most big leaguers, he spent plenty of time in the minors first, and he says those levels of baseball are often misunderstood.
When you first get signed and you're making money to play baseball, you're professional. That's basically the definition of it. But when you're in the minor league system and somebody comes up to you who doesn't really understand and they're like, yo, so when are you going to go pro? Because they just assume that Major League Baseball, that's the pro.
The girls volleyball team at Oconomowoc High School is in full postseason mode right now.
But the ladies already have something special to celebrate this season. Allie Dudek explains as we meet the Preps Plus Team of the Week.
History has been made at Oconomowoc High School. The girls volleyball team has finally claimed its first ever conference championship, and now they've entered the playoffs with more confidence and motivation moving forward. The only blank banner left hanging in the gym provided encouragement rather than doubt. Achieving the honor to display their graduating year is bittersweet for the seniors, who make up the majority of the team.
It really shows how hard we work together, and to have 7 seniors on the team and get it this year, it's so exciting for us. It's like freshman year, like that was always the goal, is to get a number on the banner, and now we finally have one lonely number, but hopefully more to come.
The Raccoons fought all the way to the very end with a sweep and a triple duel to finish up the regular season.
We came in ready to play, and the girls did. We won every match in three sets and with control, which was very cool to see going into regionals this week. We know what we have to do in order to stay at that high level, and thinking about who we're going to face in the rounds that we have coming up, state's our goal.
These girls nearly went undefeated in conference play, but perhaps it was the loss to West Bend East that gave these girls the push that they needed.
I think that really motivated us, for the triple duel to really come out and play strong, but that definitely didn't stop us from finishing the season out on a good note.
It was another turning moment for us where we got to put our heads in the game if we want to really win this. So we got to play our best throughout every single game and not give up or play down in one area, but from start to finish, play our best.
The conference victory has been a long time coming. Just falling short of the title the last couple of years, the Raccoons made several effective changes which they plan to carry through the playoffs.
We're just really doing reps of stuff, getting a lot of reps so we can swing different places, look at the court, play back row, do different positions, just really get together and do everything as a team.
Congratulations, Oconomowoc Girls Volleyball, for being the team of the week, and good luck on your journey to state.
We've got boys volleyball action still to come.
Two North Shore Conference rivals go at it next on Preps Plus.
Everything you love about Boston Store is now on your mobile device. Download the Boston Store app for exclusive coupons. Shop our mobile site and find your nearest store locations. Plus, get quick access to your Boston Store Your Rewards credit card account and make payments, check your account balance, and pay for purchases with a virtual credit card. Just download and get started. Boston Store.
No matter what your schedule, personality, or lifestyle, our primary care providers do everything possible to make every day a little healthier. It all begins by listening and getting to know you. It's about convenience with flexible hours and locations near you. And it's about connections linking you to the power of academic medicine right in your community. For a primary care provider who gets you, get to us.
Menards has the sale that lets you save big on over 65,000 items. So get ready, get set, and save with an 11% rebate on everything. Hurry in and save big, because now is the perfect time to save on all of your projects with an 11% rebate on everything, including sale prices. That's savings on top of savings. Get everything you need with an 11% rebate going on now.
Overhead sports. That includes baseball with overhead throwing, but also sports such as racquetball, tennis, volleyball, even swimming can put excessive stress on the shoulder. The common shoulder injuries we see with young athletes oftentimes have to do with instability or in overuse injuries, the shoulder rotator cuff or the labrum. The best way to reduce the risk of injury is to keep your rotator cuff strong. Your rotator cuff is a group of muscles that keeps the shoulder centered and in place and reduces the risk to other structures about the shoulder. One of the exercises that is important in keeping the cuff strong would be external rotation against resistance. Anytime you're experiencing shoulder pain, you need to see your certified athletic trainer, your physical therapist, or your physician. They can do the appropriate testing and do the proper physical exam to make a diagnosis and make sure you can go back and play safely. Here at the Sports Medicine Center, if you're an overhead throwing athlete, we also might put you through a motion analysis study to determine if you're putting excessive stress on the shoulder joint.
For more information, visit freighter.com/sports.
While girls volleyball teams are already in playoff mode, the boys teams are still in the regular season.
And I tell you what, Mark, Scott Babler takes us to a conference match with a lot on the line. Here is the Preps Plus Spotlight.
The boys volleyball playoffs start next week. But as the regular season wraps up, there's some unfinished business for Germantown. If the Warhawks defeat rival Homestead tonight, they will be the undisputed North Shore champion. The Warhawks currently hold the number 5 spot in the state rankings, while the Highlanders also place in the top 10. This battle of border rivals lived up to the billing. Game 1 was tight throughout. Here, Germantown's Max Keefe goes high and slams it down. Hawks up a pair. Homestead hangs tough. Keefe's drive is blocked by Nick Plowman, and it falls in. Highlanders up 23-21. But the Warhawks close the game strong. Junior Bryce Thomas does double duty with the block and the dunk. G-Town rallies to win Game 1, 26-24. Homestead was down big early in Game 2, but go on a 15-2 run. Here, Jack Quinlevin puts his shot right between 2 defenders as the Highlanders grab the lead. Then George chatted with a huge rejection. He's pumped as they take the game 25-18. Homestead has the momentum and they keep it in Game 3. Plowman's rocket is too hot to handle as it goes into the crowd. 25-21, the Highlanders prevail to go up 2-1. The pressure was on for the Warhawks and they respond. Here's Phil Weisbecker with one of his 8 blocks. G-Town takes the game 25-16 to even the match. On to the 5th and deciding game, and Thomas steps up big time for the Warhawks. This bullet sails over the Highlander bench. G-Town by 4. Then Thomas follows with this laser, and the Hawks are 1 point away. Kia Pormadej sends this shot wide, and it's time to celebrate. For the 5th straight year, Germantown is the North Shore champ as they take Game 5, 15-10.
It's a good test for the guys to see them go down 2-1, battle back, be down again in the 4th, battle back, and be able to finish. And finish as emphatically as we did in the 5th was great.
I think it was very beneficial because now we know that we can make it through it and that we don't give up, and even when we're struggling a little bit, we can get it out of those little ruts and really finish off.
Before we say goodnight, we congratulate St. Thomas More's girls volleyball and boys soccer teams for winning conference championships this fall.
And next week, of course, we will have more great matchups from round 2 of the WIA football playoffs and a whole lot more. Until then, I'm Lance Allen.
And I'm Mark Stewart. See you next Sunday night on Preps Plus.
The Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel's Preps Plus is brought to you by Boston Store. Your store, your style. By Frederick and the Medical College of Wisconsin Health Network, where sports medicine experts help athletes maximize their potential. And by Menards, dedicated to service and quality.